Hey there guys, I'm your host the Bread Pirate, and I'm currently at the southernmost point of Hyrule in order to walk from one end to the other in iron boots to prove if it is or isn't possible. And while we're doing that, I'd like to talk about ad-libbed videos. I've been thinking about this a lot recently because I just rewatched one of my older videos, which was the Bread Percent Speedrun, and I was just kind of captivated by how I was telling my own story on how the Bread Percent Speedrun came to be. Is that narcissistic? Probably, but also it provided an interesting case study for myself. I was like, hey, how did I do that? Why did that video work, but then some of my more recent ad-lib videos not work? And I figured out that it came down to three main things. There are three requirements of an ad-lib video. Three requirements of an ad-lib video which you must have in order for it to be good. And they're these. Number one, each game session must be novel, or must have some high stakes to it. So for example, right now I'm playing Twilight Princess, but I'm marching from one end to the other in iron boots. That's kind of different, that's new, that's weird, that's novel. Or to give you a different example, consider Point Crow. Point Crow is the king of coming up with novel ideas for his videos that make you go, huh? Like, what if I played Breath of the Wild, but the floor is lava? Or what if I played Breath of the Wild, but things spawn every time I say something? The second thing you need is the gameplay must have a beginning, middle, and end, which means you must have a beginning where you introduce the premise, a middle where there is conflict, and then an ending where there is resolution. For me, my favorite example of this recently is Bo Cohen 1. I love Bo Cohen 1's videos because every time you watch one of his videos, there's usually an exciting premise at the beginning, like, hey, what if Germany didn't make tanks and instead they let their allies do it? And it's like, oh, that's interesting. Then there's the middle where we see how did that plan unravel. And then we see an end where we see, okay, well, what ended up happening? Did their plan succeed or not? And if you end up making YouTube videos, I want to give you a piece of advice. Don't always succeed. Sometimes failure is fun. And in the case of those videos I'm talking about from Bo Cohen 1, sometimes he fails. A lot of the time he fails. And that's a part of the fun. Seeing the country fall apart or seeing how the axis fails can sometimes be a part of the fun. So yeah, have a beginning, middle, and end. And if there's the possibility of failure, leave it in. Don't only show successes. I'm currently being chased by a red bokoblin. I'm not gonna use my sword though, because that's a waste of time. We're just gonna move away from him, just like that. There we go. But now that he's gone, I wanted to talk about the third thing, which I actually just failed at, and that is your commentary in an ad-lib video must add something on top of the gameplay. It cannot just be a parrot. If you're a parrot of the gameplay, I would be doing something like, all right, here we go. Just trudging through this mud a little bit here. Oh, we got a bird dude here. I'm gonna just take him down. I'm gonna take this guy down too, because he's gonna be a problem. Oh, he's back up. Problem solved. We got another one. There we go. And I'm gonna go get him with my boots. I think that'll be funny. As you'll notice, that kind of commentary is pretty popular when people are first starting off making ad-lib videos, because frankly, it's really easy to do, just talking about the game as you're playing it. But if that is all you are doing, then you might as well not even be making the video in the first place with your commentary. You could just do a non-scripted spin link. Yeah, you can just do a, do it again, try, no! You imbecile! He's still on the ground, get him! Finish him! Finish him! Okay, there we go. Wow, that was miserable. What was I saying? Oh yeah, if your commentary is just parroting the gameplay, that is to say, you're just saying exactly what happens in the gameplay the entire time, then you might as well not have commentary, because people could just watch the video and they would get the same experience. That was very popular back in the early 2010s, because that was all anybody was kind of used to. It was like, you just say what's happening in the game. But no. Nowadays, the meta is this. You should say something different. You should talk over the gameplay. In a way, the gameplay is its own story, and what you say is your own story, and you're trying to have two going at the same time, because people have the attention span of something that has a very low attention span. I recently was told goldfish don't actually have that low of an attention span, so I can't discriminate against goldfish and use that as an example anymore, but whatever the case, but my point is simply that people have low attention spans and they want to have two things going on at once. They want to be able to see that there's a story going on with your commentary and a story going on with the gameplay, and if you can do both, that's where you get the money. And that's actually something I'm going to brag about with Technoblade. Technoblade was also a genius at this. He used to do just commentary videos where it was just him playing the game, and talking about it. And then as he evolved as a YouTuber, he started telling stories about the game. He learned that by telling a story alongside the game about what's going on at school, how his French teacher sucks, or how he was drop-kicked by an adult as a child. Those kinds of things make for fun videos. So if you want to do your own ad-lib style video like this one, number one, each game session must be novel, and if you can, add some stakes to it, like a win or lose condition. Number two, the gameplay must have a beginning, middle, and end. Don't skimp on any of those parts. You need a beginning, need a middle, need an end. Number three, the commentary must add something to the gameplay. It cannot just be a parrot of the gameplay. And you know, I'll add a fourth point on this too. The best improvised videos are not actually totally improvised. For example, right now, I have a little note sheet next to me that I'm reading off of. It just has literally 3 sentences on it. That's it. And that's how I'm making this video right now. Going with somewhat of a plan. Maybe that could be bullet point number 4. But it doesn't need to be anything elaborate. Just kind of have fun with it. Have fun with it. Be okay with mistakes. Be okay with a little bit of rambling. And trim it out later. Because that's the brilliance of these kinds of videos. You can trim everything. So anyways, yep. About halfway now. Okay, this is gonna be a while. Does anybody else think that the giant, I guess it's a dodecahedron surrounding Hyrule Castle is kind of cool? You know, I used to think it was ugly, that giant shape, whatever that is. But I really like it now. I didn't like it earlier, but now I do like it. There's something really aesthetically appealing about it, with the brown and yellowish hues all muddled about in it, and the... No, Link, you... How could you miss that? No! No! Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's something kind of aesthetically appealing about it. I can't put my finger to it why it's aesthetically appealing, but I really like it compared to some of the other architecture of the Twilight. It's unobtrusive to the experience. I like it. Okay, drinking some water because we just made it to the Zora's domain. This is not the end point, by the way. We're not actually there yet. Can I fall down here? Yes, I think I can. Yes. Link probably feels a lot like I did just recently. I went on a backpacking trip and I had a 40-pound backpack on me for many, many, many miles. And whew, 40 pounds, it doesn't sound like that much, but when you actually end up doing it, as a small guy like me, I'm only 135 pounds. That's a lot. I felt that the next day when I had to go to work as a busser and bus trays and walk around for 6 hours. It was a lot. It was a very tiring week this week. So I sympathize a lot with Link having to trudge with these heavy iron boots on for so long. Okay, and this is our actual destination. Isn't that kind of funny? A lot of people love the fishing hole, and it turns out that this is the northernmost point in Hyrule, which not a lot of people would assume, but if you look at the map, if you'll actually zoom in on the map here, you'll see it's just slightly higher. That's touching through the middle of that point right there, and I go to the left, and that's safely within the pond, which means this is a slightly more northern point. I said words, and I think those made sense, so hopefully you agree with me. And the way we are going to pull this off is by simply doing a Pirates of the Caribbean maneuver. Bottoms up. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. You know, I actually feel really quick. I'm kind of amazed by that. Link walks really quickly underwater, so he doesn't even need to do this weird jump. Oh, that's so interesting. What? I never knew that. Wow, I'm learning all sorts of cool things today. Anyways, let's see how far we can get. Oh, can I get over there from this angle? I think so, but I gotta be careful. I don't wanna mess anything up at this point. Oh no, this is the direction we need to go. We just have to go this way. Okay, brilliant. Oh, what? I've never heard that noise before. That's so cool. What? I've never heard the iron boots make that noise, but apparently they have a non-clanking noise you can hear them do. Huh. Almost there, and I'm gonna actually move a little bit to the left. I think this is slightly more north. There. That's it. That is the northernmost point in Hyrule, and we made it from one end to the other walking with just iron boots. Thank you for watching the video, and until I see you next time, have fun storming the castle. Hey-ya!